Hey everyone, welcome back to Savour Local Eateries, East End Edition. I am so excited to be here today with my dear friend Alayah and diving deep into her blossoming brand called Rena's Dream Patties. So how are you, Alayah, and where are
Good.
you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I'm in my kitchen right now at my home.
But are you, like, what part of the East End?
I live in East Hampton. I grew up in this house, very close to the IGA, actually, on Acabonic.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm just quarantining here. Been here. Yep.
So what I would love to know, because I met you through the East End Food Institute, and I know that you were one of their food producers, and I had the opportunity to dive into your patties, 2 weeks ago, and now I'm obsessed. So
Yay. That's what
I want to let our community members know, and anyone that's watching, a little bit of your story, Alayah. Like, what drove you to become a food producer?
Well, actually, my grandmother, Rena is my grandmother. She's like my biggest inspiration behind this whole project, and just pretty much behind everything that I do, and my culture and my food really stems from her. She was an incredible cook, and she was an entrepreneur as well. She had her own business in East Hampton on North Main Street called Jamaica Specialties. And we had a great little run. Unfortunately, we couldn't sustain it after she had passed. But I've been so, ever since then, in love with just the idea of cooking good food and sharing that with the world. And she was really good at that. That was like her sort of secret talent that she had. So you walk in her business, if you would just feel right at home, you were in her kitchen, and she just fed you. It didn't matter who you were. And so one thing I had to find sort of my voice in that. And one of the ways that I kind of came up with it is just through trial, error, studying and research, through Jamaican patties, which I love, which I actually define as the perfect food. You can eat it anywhere.
Yes.
It's super convenient. It's very versatile. It's attractive to anyone from all four corners of the earth. I mean, everybody has their own version of what a Jamaican patty is to them and from where they're from. Like the Italians, the ravioli, the samosas, and the Middle East. And there's just the calzone. Like people have, it just, anyone that can enjoy it can relate it to something in their own life or any type of where they're from. So I always found that interesting. And like I said, it's the perfect food. It's the most versatile food, and it's healthy. It can be healthy. And I think that's the misconception is, are they really healthy? And the truth is that they are, and they can be. And there's a lot of things in them that are good for the body.
Like what? Because I know you work with local farmers here on the East
End. I do a lot of actual sourcing locally, and I really do. That's really important to me because I just think that's better for the earth, the environment, and for you.
Yes.
I used to travel a lot when we had the business to Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx to source Jamaican products, but also a lot of the produce like yellow yam, cassava, callaloo, which are big Jamaican staples. When you talk about Jamaican food, like those are the things that you're going to see a lot frequently in a lot of dishes. And it's a huge part of our cuisine. So I think what I didn't realize is how much I can access in my backyard in terms of just locally. So that really, like, I thought is just amazing. And I mean, like I said, the patty has a lot of spices in there, curry seasoning, which is really good for the body, turmeric, which is really good for inflammation, just a lot of things that can heal your body. There are a lot of vegetarian there are a lot of vegetarian ones that you can come up with on your own that you just enjoy. If you love spinach, if you love carrots, if you love chickpeas and potatoes and root vegetables, you can make a patty out of those ingredients, which is pretty fun. It's fun to be creative in the kitchen, and that's what I like most.
Yeah. One viewer just said she loves easy on the go to go meal. Healthy is very important. So society is gravitating towards healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. And I think that's everywhere.
Yes.
But Jamaicans, when you talk about Jamaican food, you don't have to search so hard for that. You know, we see a lot of like what's advertised, you know, a lot of meat dishes are advertised because that's jerk chicken, you know, that's delicious as well. But you don't have to search for that. It's deep in our cuisine. We do eat a lot of vegetables. We do eat very healthy. The original vegans were Rastafarians. So that's a big part of our culture in terms of our cuisine as well. The Rastafarian of eating vital, which is eating from the ground, and all those things.
I love this.
So I really had to dig deep and like find,
rooted in your own roots.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And another one said, jerk chicken, not barbecue.
What does that mean?
No, I'm just going off the live feed. All right, Richie, what is
jerk chicken is better than barbecue? I actually agree with that. Yeah. I love jerk chicken. It's almost time for that, which is exciting. Yeah.
And the spices too. I love the spices with jerk. The jerk spices.
Yeah. There's a million things we put in jerk seasoning, which is so cool. But I think what's also really cool is you can jerk anything. So I actually plan on doing a jerk mushroom patty this season, from local mushroom sourced here. And yeah, you can literally create your own jerk sauce and kind of have fun with that and jerk anything you want and put it on the grill. Anything from like eggplant, I've seen corn, I've seen, pork, that's popular as well, but there's a lot of different things you can jerk shrimp.
I know.
Yeah.
I love jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, so the viewers said some people say it's jerk chicken, but when you get it, it's barbecue half. My family's Jamaican, so we like it hot and spicy.
Yeah.
I love it spicy too. Like I love your patties.
I can only handle so much, but when I'm in Jamaica, I have to have it spicy. It's just that's the only way,
Yes. So diving deep into your culture and finding your voice. So now taking, your grandmother's vision of Rena's dream patties and now finding your voice, what have you noticed over the past years of you evolving?
In terms of
the business, what have you noticed? What have you learned through this time?
I'm learning a lot. I'm not going to stop learning. It's definitely I taught myself how to make patties. So my grandmother, although she was a fabulous cook and was fearless, she hated to bake. She was good at it, but she preferred not to bake. So I don't have any background in baking or any pastry arts or anything like that. I actually am teaching myself and sort of researching a lot of things. So I learn every time I make them, I learn something new, what it needs, what it doesn't need, what I can do better, what I can change, and I'm not going to stop until I make the best possible product out there.
Love that.
But I think I just learned that, you can be as creative as you want and you can try hard at something and you will succeed. You just have to keep going. So I think that's the message through all of these things that I'm going, all these up and downs that I've, encountered.
Yeah, when you're passionate, Alayah, passion drives you.
Right.
Passion definitely drives you. And I tell people it's okay to fail at something because you're able to learn from that moment and you're able to do better.
Yeah.
Your passion is what drives you.
Right. Anything is possible.
So share a little, so share with us, what have you been doing during this grace period, this COVID-19? Like, what all have you been doing during this time?
Well, I've been relaxing and eating well because we are a family that loves to cook. So that's, I'm very fortunate. My mom is really great at cooking. The other day we had some like treats like around Easter that we eat usually every year. Jamaicans eat usually every year, like bun and cheese, which is very popular in terms of just Easter bun. It's like a spice bun with like raisins and fruit in it. And it has like nutmeg and all these things. And then we eat it with our Jamaican cheese, which is a very kind of milky sort of, it's hard to explain, but it's not too sharp. It's sort of like a mild yellow cheese. And so we had that. You can tell a typical Jamaican family when they have that. We also had oxtails recently. My mom made that, rice and peas. We've had a lot of culinary things we don't really get to do normally because it's a very time consuming food and we're always usually busy working and don't really have much time to sit together as a family. So I've been enjoying that. I've also been cooking a lot myself. Yesterday I made curry chicken and I made curry chicken patties, which I'm going to show you guys.
Yay!
And I've been in the kitchen a lot at the East End Food Institute, just kind of practicing more with the dough, getting it where I want it and trying to utilize the time and be as constructive as possible in making, just keep making more and more. I've made beef so far. I've made a spicy beef. I've also did, which one you love, the curry coconut, kale, and sweet potato.
So good.
Yeah. Been doing a lot of different things.
And what I love what you're doing too, Alayah, is you're utilizing this time to dive deep into community, and like you're saying, you're sourcing from the local farmers, as well as lessening the carbon footprint by delivering to community members.
Yeah. I actually got some sweet potatoes from Balsam. One of my friends has her own garden and she hooked me up with some kale. So I've been kind of trying to source a few things. During this time, it's a little bit crazy, so there's not much available. And farmers are kind of just getting started. Sorry, I'm making a little curry chicken as I talk to you guys. But yeah, just trying to get things going, even though it's a little uncertain times. I still want to get things kind of rolling a little bit. So hopefully I'm very optimistic that things will get a little bit better in the season and I'll be ready.
Yeah. So this is just like a tester. You're able to test the market, giving them like a various options of what you have to offer so you can deliver to them, let them taste it.
Yeah, I've been delivering a few orders. You can actually order off my website, renasdream.square.site. And I've just been taking a few orders and hand delivering it to people. And people have been really grateful just to have something different while they're in the house. And also like, I've been teasing it for a while, so they finally get to try and taste it. So if you guys, I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm still doing that. So you can always go on my website and order your patties and I will hand deliver. I go from Montauk to Southampton. I am looking into shipping them as well. So I'll get back to everyone on that. There's a few requests to do shipping.
Yeah, we have a couple of people in Georgia and Tennessee.
Okay. I got people in California asking for these patties. So I'm gonna definitely get that sorted out soon.
Giving people the taste of your Caribbean delight of Jamaica.
Sorry?
So you're giving people the taste of the Caribbean delight of Jamaica.
Yeah. Sorry, it's crashing. Exactly. Where they won't get it for, it's hard to get around here. I don't know if you know, out in the Hamptons is sort of like near impossible. So it's cool.
I love the fact that you're adding diversity with flavors here.
Yeah.
You know, you have like your Americana, you have your Italian, you have, fresh catch with seafood, Asian, but there's not a lot of islanders. There's no island food here.
No, there isn't. Especially not like anybody that's kind of doing what I'm doing and sort of like incorporating that local flair and sort of doing the a little bit things that are just a little bit not as traditional. I know there's like a place in Riverhead. I don't know if you know downtown Riverhead. They have a little Jamaican spot down there. I think that's the closest one. I think it's called Shady's or something like that. But yeah, it's still a ways out and it's still different, but a little bit more traditional, like your typical rice and peas and dish with the vegetables and meat on the side. So I'm sorry, I can't recommend them because I've never had it.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying in general, like for you, I love what you're doing because you're adding your own spin.
Yeah.
You're adding the own spin of having that vegetarian option, adding in, your kale and sweet potato, which I love. And, there's potatoes here on the island, sweet potatoes. So it's easy access for you to get them.
Yeah, and it's really funny actually. Like we didn't really realize that or leverage that in the past when we had the business. And it's just crazy how much things have changed in terms of just like availability. I don't know, I don't know. It's something I've never realized. And so it's just so great that I have access to that. I think I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate. I have this amazing abundance of land here where, we have great things that are available to us. And it's just so important to kind of like get as much of that as possible because it's more important now than ever when people want to eat well. People want these kinds of opportunities. So I try and I'm really grateful for that. I don't think I realized that so much in the past. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just stirring the little pot here right now I have onions, red peppers, and garlic sort of going.
Ooh.
And then I'm basically just like seasoning up my pot. And then I'm gonna add in some curry powder right here and some cumin before we add the chicken. Because what you want to do is you kind of want the pot to infuse the flavors, and then the chicken will infuse those flavors as it basks in there. I know the right word.
You're good. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Cumin gives it like a little bit more of a refined sort of flavor to the chicken. There's cumin in curry as well, but I think this just gives it that something else. And so I like to add it. It's not common, or I don't know anyone that's ever done it, but I actually have this YouTube channel that I'm like obsessed with of this guy. He's actually from Trinidad, Tia, and he's a really fabulous cook. And I watched one of his videos one day and he did that.
What's his name?
I don't know, but his channel is called Caribbean Pot, and it's really, really good. He does great recipes and he's like very interactive, so you're not bored. Like he just has a funny personality, and he does this cumin thing. He adds it to the chicken, and so I was like, oh, I want to try that, and I think it just does something totally different than what I'm used to. It's just really delicious.
When we're cooking here, we do use a lot of cumin in our cooking.
Yeah,
a lot.
Dads do, right? Yeah. I don't know if so much Jamaicans do that. I know that there's cumin in curry powder, so that's there.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't have cumin seeds, which I normally would use, but I put a little powder. Yep. So
So with the dough, I love the flakiness of it, and you make that yourself. It's
I do.
handmade.
I make the dough myself from scratch. I use an all butter crust.
Mm.
So I have this thing where I like to do different kinds of crusts with different kinds of fillings. It's very traditional to have the curry crust, that's the most common one, the yellow, beautiful yellow shell. But I'm looking to doing this season some different ones, just to kind of elevate more of the experience. So I came up with a rosemary and thyme crust for with
Wow.
my jerk mushroom patty. I also would like to do some cheesy crusts, like a garlic parmesan my seafood patty. So I think that's the exciting part about it, is that when you try Rena's Dream Patty, you're not getting just the traditional one way kind of version of it, but we infuse so many flavors, just not just in the fillings, but in the crust as well. So that's what I'm excited to try, like different things. Yeah. I also have my whole wheat crust for my spinach patties, and then the callaloo crust, which actually grows right here in Amagansett. I get my callaloo from here, which is amazing at
I
Balsam
didn't know
Farm.
that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we actually love callaloo so much, my family, that my grandparents used to grow it in the backyard here, and we still do. We did it last summer because it's so hard to get, and it's also a
Yeah.
very it's very hard to import it because it's such a seasonal plant. So when I would try and get it from the city, I would go one day and they would have it, and the next day they wouldn't have it. It would just be very hard to import from Jamaica because it only grows a certain time of year. And it was like kind of like this, I want to say, like really funny experience trying to get that for when we had the business. I had like this guy that I would call on speed dial when I was driving to, like, do you have the callaloo? He was like from Florida, and he was like I guess the connection for that produce place, and I guess they were his connect. And I happened to get his number because I was just searching and searching for it, and it was, little did I know, like he would have it, and he would come and like deliver it for me and leave it at the place for me, and I would go get it. And it was like very interesting. I was like running around, looking for this guy to hook me up with some callaloo. Like, but yeah, it was a struggle.
Callaloo man.
I know.
I just think it's great that we live in a farming community where you're able to just reach out to them and see if they're able to grow it for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really awesome. And it's also such a rare thing to have in the Hamptons. Like callaloo is not very common. A lot of people don't know what it is. It's a, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's a family of the spinach, but it's not common really here in the United States. I don't know many people that actually know it. It's a very leafy green. It kind of grows like a weed, and it's delicious. It has sort of like a sharper kind of, it has like a sharper taste than a spinach. It's a little bit more of a bite. If I can explain it well. So a lot of people don't really know like what it is or what to do with it, but it's if you ever like want to try it, you can have it this summer with my patties. But if you want to buy it to get home, like it's super easy. You would just saute it like you would spinach, and then add your seasonings to it. It's really good.
So you're gonna have so I feel that you're gonna have like a summer menu, you're gonna have a fall menu, you're gonna have like a winter menu.
I am. I'm gonna be actually producing things sort of around what's available as much as possible. So that's the whole point of this whole thing. You're kind of getting this farm to table experience all in a patty package deal. So I just find that to be important. And there's so many different things, like I said before, that you can do that you wouldn't typically hear of. And I think that's what people want. People want things that are exciting and different and fun. And I think that I can offer that.
You already are offering it,
Yeah.
Alayah. You are. You're
Yeah.
giving the community members a taste of culture, but also you are creating a new experience for them because you're introducing them to the Jamaican culture. You're introducing them to like a patty, but you're also giving them what they already know, like a sweet potato and kale and the spices of curry, you know? And I feel that like out here, there's variation of curry. You know, you have your Asian curry from Indian and like Japanese and Thai. You have so many types of curry that people are starting to recognize, like, ooh, this curry is totally different than what I had over here.
Yeah.
Many spice levels.
Definitely. And it's important. It's like a sin in Jamaica to not spice your food. And yeah, so that's I think then you educate people, like the health benefits of that. Parsley, thyme, all those things are good for the body. Those are the herbs that are, that can heal the body. So it's important that people know what, know obviously what they're eating, where it comes from, but what it can do for them. And if it's something that they've never tried before, like, it's just, you're elevating their experience through that. You're offering them something that they've never had, and you're giving them a spice of life. And I think that's like, if you're not going to cook and offer that kind of different level, then there's no point. I want to be able to teach people that, okay, this is where I come from, and this is what we use, and this is why we're special.
Yeah.
Well,
what I can't wait to happen after like this grace period of time, I'm excited to bring my crew back up and go with you to a farm while you're picking like certain ingredients and you're piecing it together, and we're able to showcase that. I would love to do that with you.
Cool. Yeah. There's a lot of farms that I plan on visiting that I haven't gotten a chance to visit yet. And there's some that I haven't spent enough time at to learn about what they have and what they offer. Just kind of walked in and snooped and walked out. But I think my favorite part about the whole experience is like meeting the farmers and listening to them. They're farmers. I don't know if people know this. The farmers are very passionate people.
Oh my goodness, they are.
They really are. They're very dedicated, passionate people, and it's extremely inspiring for you when you're creating, because you're taking they've grown something, you're taking it back to your kitchen and you're making it, and you're making your recipe, and it's just two passionate people, learning about each other and their process. And I think I've sort of been so grateful to just have formed relationships with a lot of these farmers and what they do. And I have one who at Goodale Farms in Riverhead, and they're a dairy farm, and I get my beef from them. And I just one day walked in and we started talking, and we just hit it off right away. And she's like sort of like my lifeline, in the sense, if I ever needed something, she'd tell me, check this out. You should definitely check this out. They just want to help you. And I'm curious about, if you're curious, they will talk with you. She makes her own cheeses as well. Her name is Chrissy.
Where is she?
Goodale Farms is in Riverhead. It's actually right off of like 25. It's not far from sort of that turn when you get up to that light over there, like heading like right at the beginning when you're driving towards the North Fork on 25.
Okay.
She's like right up there. But she'll be like texting me, letting me know what she has going on. you know, any cheeses that are back. So I love to, these relationships just are lifesavers for me. Yeah, I think that's what I'm also really grateful for as well.
I love that. Because you can't, you're building your own circle of people that are passionate about the same thing that you're passionate about, is just giving the community a sense of spice, tastes, but also healthy, like making sure that whatever they're putting in their mouth, like being health-wise, health conscious with everything.
Yeah. And they
I'm
know,
probably
like
delayed.
they have a lot, they have a lot of information, and they know a lot of things about their crops, and more than I kind of assumed I knew, and I actually didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, have a conversation with a farmer. You'll learn a lot. But they're super intrigued about what I'm doing, and I'm super intrigued about what they have going on, and I think that's sort of the fun part of it.
It's a good partnership too.
Like this collaboration that
we've
built. Yeah.
So with your patties, with because when I get them from you, we freeze them. Like, we just like, all right, 2 for dinner. And one is enough for me for dinner.
Yeah.
That we'll have a salad or just rice and beans. And it's enough. 2, I cannot finish 2. I tried it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have 2 patties. No, I would have like 1 1/4. And the other one's like a leftovers for the next day. Because your patties are so huge.
They are, huh? Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. I could eat a whole one, but I want to be generous as well. I'm glad to hear that, actually. I thought they were too small. So you telling me that
just enough.
You're telling me that is actually probably what I need to hear right now, because I stress about everything. I'm like, oh no, like it's too small. It doesn't look how it usually,
It's big enough for me. And even Lyle, like he usually just has 1 1/2, and he's he's like heavy. He's my mountain man.
That's really funny.
So the fact that he can only do like 1 1/2
is funny.
Like, so it's a lot. It's a lot of goodness, and it's very filling. That's why like mine's in the oven.
Yeah.
So once I hear bing, I'm gonna go grab it.
Yeah, just watching this curry chicken. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I didn't want to be. There's like a saying in Jamaica. It's like, I don't even want to say it right now because I totally forgot. I'm gonna mess it up. But basically the meaning behind it is like, you are stingy with your hand. Something like that means when you're cooking, you're not, filling up what you should be. You're kind of being stingy with the hand. There's like a saying about that.
Well, you definitely fill us up.
Yeah. So that's like, you don't want that. You don't want to give people that impression at all.
No.
Yeah.
No, but I'm excited too, because I've been telling the viewers, if they go to the website savourtv.com, you're able to see on the live stream who we have, but also delivery options.
Yes.
So again, I know we mentioned it earlier with you delivering, but even with us, like we're sending out like weekly emails to everyone, let them know like these are our Savour gems, and you're able to order from them. And Tropical Tuesday, which today is Tuesday, could be tropical, and place your order with Alayah and let her know that you want a taste of the Caribbean too.
Yeah, I got you. And I also will be happy to go anywhere you need me to go and drop anything off. I'll be happy to do that as well.
Because we're doing that to lessen the carbon footprint.
Actually do. Sorry?
So we're doing that to lessen the carbon footprint with, people being on the road so much, especially during this time. Like, why not say, this is a dedicated day just to deliver in Sag Harbor? Because, that's where I'm in, like Sag Harbor Tuesday. Come out here, you go to 20 houses, knock it out,
Yeah.
Instead of saying, oh, I'm going to go there on Tuesday, I'll have to go back back to Sag Harbor on Wednesday. Like, we want to just lessen that for you and making sure it's all just Sag Harbor Tuesday,
Yeah,
East
that's
Hampton
cool.
Wednesday, Montauk Friday. You
Yeah.
know, like just having your routes and being able to just help you in that.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for. It's just making sure that you're able to connect, have that connectivity.
I'm down for that. Love Sag Harbor. Don't mind going to Sag Harbor.
I know. Love this town.
I used to be there every weekend. So it's a little
I
weird.
know. I would see you there at the coffee
Yeah.
shop at Sagtown.
Yep. So definitely strange what's going on.
But what I do love is how like all the community members are really coming together to see how they can support, you know, local eateries and food producers like you, and just all of us raising the bar together and just coming together during this time and help.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, especially with restaurants. I know I myself have done that. I've ordered takeout a lot. Just going somewhere and not being able to be back in time for dinner, I would pick something up. I actually went to Saj the other day in Southampton. That was delicious. A little treat for me, because we used to love the buffets, and that's, obviously postponed until after this thing. But yeah, so I have noticed that as well, that there are a lot of restaurants that are still operating and they're still there for you, and you can still get, great food that you desire. And we've been supporting them as well. Even though I've been eating so well at home and cooking a lot on my own, I'm still a woman that's always on the go. So it's good to have options. Yeah.
And on a larger note, I know you and I talked about this, and the viewers hearing me talk about this is giving back. So what we've been doing on our end at Savour and over at Leva, even though we're buying something from, just say, for instance, I am buying a patty from you. I'm going to gift a patty to someone in need, whether it's a frontliner or a first responder or someone that, they're on the front line, basically. That's what we've been doing since all this has happened. So with you, I know that you want to partner up and go to the local hospitals and see how we can be going to Stony Brook and feeding our nurses. So I would love to challenge our viewers of buying something for yourself, but also treating someone that you know for lunch. Like, I know several people that would love to have that, because it's our time to give back in that way too.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. I told you when you texted me, I think that's a great idea. And I would love nothing more than to come and deliver some freshly baked patties for these guys. I'm sure they would love that. So I
already have someone that I'm going to send you to. Like, I have,
okay.
I got their info, like they're on the front line.
Yeah.
They're working every single day.
Yeah,
and I definitely want to gift this to her, because I know she loves island food, and I'm not gonna say who she is,
cool.
but she's gonna get it sooner than later.
Cool. Yeah, I would be happy to. There's nothing like a freshly baked patty right out the oven, for lunch. All you need is a cocoa bread, which is coming, by the way, this season. We're going to be having some cocoa bread, which is usually you eat it with the patty. It's coconut milk bread, and it's like this super fluffy, just warm sort of sandwich bun, and you put the patty inside and you kind of eat it together. And most people refuse to eat a patty without cocoa bread, and I'm like, really? But they're like, no, where's my cocoa bread? But yeah, that's coming as well. So just want to get people in the know about that. They're probably wondering, oh, where's the cocoa bread? That definitely going to be having next month is also.
Love it. So what are you doing down there, Alayah, before we wrap up? What's going on?
So the smell coming out of this pot right now is pretty nuts. Out of this curry chicken right now, it's boiling up real nice. And I have a little thigh and drumsticks in here. This right now is gonna go in a little bit later. This is my mix. Sorry, I can show you. This is my Irish potato and carrot. And can't really show you, but yeah, that's gonna go in later. That actually cooks faster. It's gonna thicken up the sauce that's in here, and then go softly cook it with that. Yeah, so it's a very easy recipe. Doesn't take much. I put red pepper, onion, garlic, and thyme already. I added a little bit of curry powder and water with some scallion, and then a little cumin seasoning. So the flavor town in here is like insane. It's very,
yeah.
The aroma is really beautiful, which I love. I love the smell of curry. Some people don't like it. I actually love it.
I love it.
And yeah,
I can smell it right now in my oven.
Yeah, that's gonna cook for a little while. I actually cook it till it like falls off the bone. So it could take about 20 to like 30 minutes for that to happen. And actually I need to get some thyme and just throw that in there. So let me do that. I actually always, here's a little secret. I always forget some things sometimes and then throw it in later. So
that's good to know. little surprise here and there.
So I'm just gonna add a little thyme to it. Sorry, I wish I could show you, but it will probably fog up the screen. But
I'm just excited to dive into mine. Mine's coming out in 2 more minutes.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to tell you is I actually gonna cover that back. I actually made some curry chicken patties last night. So my oven is already heated here, and I'm going to bake that as well and show you guys just kind of how it's done. Let me grab that in my freezer. So I have my pan right here, if you can see, of curry chicken patties with my curry crust. And I can bring it down so you can see it.
Ooh.
Sort of like what you do.
See how big it is, everyone? That's enough for me. One's enough. For me, of course, order 6. Order the whole thing, but just like, yeah.
So I'm actually gonna put these, it sits on a parchment paper. You just space them out evenly. You don't have to do anything else. Just always remember that your patties have to stay frozen. That's just the best way. So I'm gonna take my frozen patties and put them in the oven. Very easy. Preheat the oven to about 375. It should take about 20 to 25 minutes until it's golden brown and firm to touch. It could take a little bit more depending on your frequency of your oven. I know you were saying how your toaster oven is a little bit longer, or it's shorter, or it's what were you saying? It was less temperature. Tia.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, were you saying that you had to cook yours at 350 in the toaster oven?
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody's oven is a little bit different. I do recommend in the regular oven about 375. Should take about 20 to 25 minutes. You can time it if you want. It could take a little bit longer, but you want to bake them until they're golden brown and firm to touch.
Yeah.
And you'll see that when I'm done. I made that last night at the kitchen and filled them last night, so they're very fresh. They were freezing overnight. So yeah. Just get
Alayah?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay.
Just setting up a timer.
So what we're gonna do, because time is coming down for lunch, I would love to share with everyone again how they could definitely like.
You're breaking up just a little bit, but I can still hear you a little bit, just so you know, if you don't get me. Tia, you broke up for a while, so I couldn't really hear anything you were saying. What were you saying? Oh.
Yeah, I was saying.
Hey. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, no, I was telling everyone how they're able to dive into a patty is checking out your social media channels from Facebook to Instagram and going on your website.
Follow me on Instagram at Rena's Dream Patties. Facebook is not available yet, but you can follow me on Instagram at Rena's Dream Patties, and my website again to order is renasdream.square.site. And the link is in the bio, so you'll find it as soon as you get on my page.
And we're also going to have you on our Savour TV website. So if you go over to live stream, check out Savour Local Eateries East End, and you'll be able to see Alayah right there and click away to go to her site.
Yes, please. And any feedback you have, any requests you have, please email me. I'm open to hearing, your thoughts and whatever. Like, let's help get the word out as well. And thank you, Tia, for having me. That's really big help. And I can't wait to share with everyone more. We actually have plans I want to mention. Hopefully with COVID, everything kind of goes back to normal. I'm very optimistic, like I said before, but I have plans of doing some farm stands. We will be available in a few farm stands. I don't want to mention them yet because it's still kind of an ongoing talk with the whole COVID setback. We've had to postpone conversations, but I will be letting everyone know on my Instagram page when that happens. Hopefully by the end of next month, we'll be in a few farm stands where you can get your local frozen patties from me.
Yes.
Bring those home and bake those bad boys up.
You guys got to stay tuned to her social media channel so you know where to get them. After this period has come to light, we're able to explore farm stands and supporting locals as well as our food producers. So until next time, everyone, make sure you go ahead and like our friend over here at Rena's Dream Patties. Like her Instagram page. Like.
Yeah.
And until next time, everyone, stay safe and savor away. Thank you guys.
And I am very sorry that I did not get to show you the end result of the patties in the oven. I'm sure Tia will post her patty, and I'll be posting that on the Instagram page as well. So please follow.
Wait, I can show mine. Hold on. Right, savory souls. Here is my patty.
Ooh, that looks beautiful. Very nice.
And of course, it's in a heart.
I was gonna say, did I make heart ones? Oh, very beautiful. Cool. So yes, the curry chicken patties will be available on the site as today. I'll be posting that up very soon, so you can order those. And I will be I'll show you guys a photo of it I'll post it on my Instagram page as well. I'm sorry that we've been talking so much. We didn't get to take those out and get those done.
Good. It's so good, Alayah. It's not even funny.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad.
Flaky. All right, you guys. I'm gonna dive into food. But until next time, everyone. Alayah, just hold on. Wait. Make sure you guys love her Instagram page. Check her out. Have a taste of the Caribbean and the comfort of your home during this time. So stay safe and savor away, everyone.
Bye.